All right, the Utah Jazz get destroyed by Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. This is the Hoops Nerd postgame show. All right, well, that live start didn't go very good, but we're figuring it out. All right, guys. So the reason that looks like that is because I did an SLC Dunk article. Go to slcdunk.com. I actually put up some video showing how Nikola Jokic. One of the things that Nikola Jokic did to dominate the Jazz, he dominated them basically in every single way. But I showed kind of what Rudy Gobert and one thing that Rudy Gobert and Derek Favors need to do better in guarding Nikola Jokic. So, anyways, let's get started. Nikola Jokic was absolutely dominant tonight, as well as the Denver Nuggets. In the first half, they shoot 15 for 17 from three, and it was absolutely unstoppable. I mean, well, let's say it wasn't unstoppable. It was practice shots for them because the Utah Jazz came out in this game and were just not contesting shots. And basically, that's what I wrote about in the SLC Dunk article. Rudy Gobert and Derek Favors were absolutely incapable of stopping Nikola Jokic, but especially from three. Tonight, Nikola Jokic scores 47 points. He was 4 for 4 from the three-point line, and this is now a trend that is going every single game. The contests where Rudy Gobert and Derek Favors go out to contest Nikola Jokic are just not good enough. I mean, the Jazz were lucky enough to get a win against the Nuggets in their first game, and so the next game between the Nuggets and the Jazz is actually pretty big because it's the season series. The tie goes to, the winner gets the series, and so this was a big game for the Nuggets. By winning this game, they now can take the season series from Utah, and if this goes to a tie at the end of the year, then obviously the winner of that game gets the tie. But back to the Nuggets, Nikola Jokic was incredible tonight. His three-point shot has just been getting better and better, at least against the Jazz. He just can't miss against the Jazz. And one of those things is that he has gotten so comfortable shooting over Rudy Gobert and Derek Favors. There's nothing, it just kind of all stems from that shot. There's that two-man game with Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic, and it kills Utah because Utah guards the pick and roll. They try to stop Murray. And when Murray passes the ball out to Jokic, that's the key to everything. Because if Jokic can knock down that pop-out three-point shot, it's over for Utah. It's over. And so, he's hitting that shot against Utah. He's had so many good games against Utah shooting the three, and it just kills him. So tonight, 4 for 4 from three, and I know he scores 47 points in a lot of different ways, but a lot of it comes from that shot. And if Utah can't guard that three, then he's just getting it at will. And then it opens things up for everyone else because then Utah has to overcompensate for that, and it's just over. But you've got to give credit to Jokic. He's got every advantage in this matchup in a lot of ways because he's developed that three-point shot. He can take that and knock it down with confidence. When they come out, he can drive to the rim and get a foul. He gets a very friendly whistle because he's so long and big. He just gets a lot of foul calls, and he hits free throws at a very high clip. He's a very high percentage free throw shooter too, which makes him that much more efficient. And then we know the passing game and, his touch around the rim. I mean, offensively, he is just an absolute juggernaut, and it's hard for Utah to stop. And Rudy Gobert and Derek Favors were just not good enough tonight. Just flat out not good enough. Rudy Gobert was not good tonight. Very bad guarding Jokic. And Quinn Snyder also deserves a lot of criticism for this game because it's just the same story every time the Jazz play the Nuggets. It's just this, I guess we just have to be more effective. The Utah needs to think about guarding Jokic in different ways. He is, why are the Jazz not treating him like a Damian Lillard or a Steph Curry or someone like that and playing prevent? Keep him from getting the ball. If everything the Nuggets do kind of revolves around him getting the ball, why aren't you preventing him from getting the ball? Why aren't you pressing and getting the ball in other people's hands? The Jazz have done this season. They destroyed Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks by keeping the ball out of Trae Young's hands. Nikola Jokic is a superstar offensive player in the league, and why would you not do everything you can to keep the ball out of his hands? If you just let him get the ball, he's just roasting the Jazz. And they've gotten better in some ways, but his ability to score on anyone who was guarding him tonight was impressive. It just is. He's just impressive. He scores on everybody, and his ability to shoot in the post, three-point shot, passing, everything is incredible. And then on the other hand, Utah just does not find a way to take advantage of him on defense. He's gotten better at defense, and he had some steals tonight, but Quinn Snyder hasn't found a way to take advantage of that and create looks. So not a good night for Utah on the offensive. Well, offensively in the first quarter they were actually pretty decent, and overall for the game their offense was pretty good. Their defense was just putrid. And when the Denver Nuggets score 79 points, I think it was in the first half, it's just hard to overcome. So you've got to give credit to the Nuggets for hitting shots. They have some sort of confidence when they play the Jazz. It feels like that they just are going to take practice shots. I mean, it honestly feels like shoot around for them against this Jazz team. Utah needs to get some pride. They need to feel embarrassed from a loss like this, learn from it, and not be embarrassed next time. Actually contest the shot. Don't just put your hand up. Get out and contest the shot. Get in their jerseys. All right? That's what you got to do. Key himself better without Donovan. That's not necessarily true, but Donovan had a bad night tonight, though, that's for sure. Donovan Mitchell tonight, just not good enough. 3 for 12 from the field. He did have a decent night from 3. I think it was 3 for 8 from 3, but 3 assists, 1 rebound, and 5 turnovers. And the Jazz actually got this game within 8 points, and it was a couple bad turnovers to start the fourth quarter or whatever, and it was over, Donovan Mitchell, 5 turnovers. That's just killer. If you are not having a great shot, he has got to find a way to impact the game. And if it's even not playmaking, which I know he's trying to do because his shot wasn't falling, which you've got to give him credit for. He's trying to figure those things out, but you've got to make the right pass. It doesn't have to be an assist. You can't go from not taking shots to assist hunting. You've just got to make the right play, Make the right play. Get the inbound pass to the right person. We're not looking for highlights here. We're looking for wins, So Donovan Mitchell just has to find a way to impact the game positively, no matter what, whether he's scoring or not. He did get 4 free throws tonight and knocked all 4 down, so that's a positive. But you've got to find a way to impact the game better than that, because if you're having a bad shooting night and a bad turnover night, and your defense is not really impacting a lot, it's hard to overcome. It's hard to overcome, and you can see tonight how it was a little bit of a wrench in the cog for Utah. So he's got to find his way into the lineup. I think you need to give Donovan Mitchell a little bit more slack. He is coming off of a concussion, so that might be a little something that's affecting him. But he needs to just be better than that. So that's the take on Donovan. He'll get better, guys. I mean, he's the reason the Jazz have a chance to really overcome last year and their inability to get through the first round. He's the guy that can get you shots when you need them. And once he's just got to get in this offensive flow. I actually think this win streak and those last 2 games without Donovan really are good for him, because those are things that are going to help him realize, hey, I need to be a part of this system. I need to not be the thing breaking us from it, because the Jazz have shown during this win streak they can beat a lot of teams without him. And so Donovan should just be able to step in and just make them better. Quinn Snyder's got to be better. You can't just do the same things every time. Mike Malone has Quinn Snyder figured out in this matchup. He just does. Mike Malone knows exactly what Utah's doing. Utah does not deviate from it much at all. And Mike Malone's like, okay, sure. We'll just win more than we lose against you guys, because we know we can get what we want. And Quinn Snyder's got to adjust, whether that's bringing Juwan Morgan in to guard Nikola Jokic, whether that's bringing in Mie Oni, whether that's preventing Jokic from getting the ball, whether it's, he's smarter than me. He knows a lot more X's and O's than me. Try some different things, Try some things that can just alter the game. The Jazz just did not impact any of the sets for the Nuggets. They had all the answers, and defensively the Nuggets kind of knew what Utah was going to do, and they had answers for it. Utah just wasn't good enough tonight, and it looked a lot like the playoffs again, where Utah could not get over the hump and find a way to win the game. And some of that could have been just a bad Mitchell game. If Mitchell has a good game, it's a different story. But the defense was just so bad tonight. I don't even think a good Mitchell game would have done the thing. Let's see. Looks like you guys are talking to each other, so that's good. It's nice to create friendships. I like that. Guys, there's not a lot else to say. It's a Jazz loss. It's a nice win for the Nuggets, who beat the hottest team in the league, the Utah Jazz. I actually think the Nuggets have been really hot lately. I believe they lost to the Spurs last, so, who knows? Maybe they just have Utah's number right now. But the Nuggets are a really good team, and they're going to be up there in the conversation for one of the top spots in the West when it's all said and done. Utah needs to bounce back. Oh, by the way, Bojan Bogdanovic, 2 games in a row, Bojan has been fantastic. I believe 32 points last game. Tonight, 29 points. I'm not looking at the stats right now. I'm just going off of memory, but 5 for 10 from 3. That's big time. Because if you want one silver lining from this game, it's that Bojan Bogdanovic looks like he's kind of figured it out, and that shot might be back. And if you have Bojan hitting shots at this high a clip, that's going to help out in a big-time way. If he's hitting shots at the rate that he was doing last year, which was insane, 20 points per game, best spot-up shooter in the NBA, and that's not an exaggeration. If the Jazz have that guy back, that just helps you that much more. Bojan's defense is a little not great, but when he's this good offensively, it opens things up, on offense for everybody, including, Mike Conley, Royce O'Neal, Donovan Mitchell, everybody. And we saw that with Joe Ingles, that when Bojan is hitting shots like this, it just makes everything flow better. And you have that shooter that can just change the game. So that's a big-time thing that if you want to take one silver lining from this game, it was that Bojan Bogdanovic is back. His shot is back, baby. Let's see. Not a lot I'm seeing here, guys. It looks like this live stream's going pretty well. Let me know if the live stream's been bad for you. But the live stream looks like it's going pretty well, guys. And I am excited to go live with memberships very soon. I actually literally changed my house. I put a hole through my basement ceiling. I have an Ethernet now into my system. It's going pretty well. I'm kind of happy about it. So my internet's not the greatest still, so we'll figure out some things with that. But things are going great. Membership's coming soon. I hope you guys all sign up because we're going to make the Super Chat members only, and that's going to be pretty fun. And these are going to be live streams, and I'm not going to mess up the intro like I did this time. That was ghetto. All right, but guess what? Living that ghetto life. Guys, like and subscribe to this channel. Make sure you hit the bell. Tell your friends. When we have the memberships, make sure you join. It's going to be fun. There's a lot of things I'm going to do for you guys. Little perks, little things you can do. It's going to be great. So anyways, guys, you guys are awesome. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.